active military operations in the northern part of the Kharkiv region are gaining momentum. As of May 22, 2024, Russian troops continue to exert tremendous pressure on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine not only in Volchansk, but also in Lipsy area. By the way, yesterday, the Ukrainian General Staff finally recognized that the northern part of the city of Volchansk is under the full control of the Russian army. Moreover, Ukrainian sources also confirmed that in 11 days of fighting in the northern part of the Kharkiv region, Russian troops managed to take control of territories 2 times greater than that of Ukraine's territories that were captured by the Ukrainian army during its counteroffensive in 6 months. Against this background, Russian telegram channels urged people not to believe Ukrainian propaganda that the Ukrainian armed forces allegedly have no defensive lines in the northern part of the Kharkiv region. According to them, Ukrainian propaganda talks about the absence of defensive lines of the armed forces of Ukraine on purpose, in order to devalue the impressive achievements of the Russian army. Russian sources claim that the Ukrainian army has quite powerful defensive lines in the northern part of the Kharkiv region, and that it is only thanks to the professionalism and steadfastness of Russian soldiers that these enemy lines are gradually being destroyed. Meanwhile, war correspondents said that Russian troops had made significant progress near the village of Lipsy, as well as to the east of this village, in the area of the settlement of Zelenoy. Over the past 24 hours, the total advance of the Russian army in this sector of the front has amounted to 500 meters. War correspondents note that the speed of the Russian army's advance has slowed significantly. This is largely due to the fact that the Ukrainian High Military Command has transferred to the northern part of the Kharkiv region almost all the remaining reserves, and even dozens of combat-ready brigades that had previously been stationed in other sectors of the front. Commenting on this situation, even Western military experts admit that the Ukrainian army is putting itself at great risk with its attempts to stop the Russian army in the northern part of the Kharkiv region with the help of all remaining forces, since such actions significantly weaken the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine located in other sectors of the front. In general, Western military experts admit that this is exactly what the Russian High Military Command is trying to achieve. According to them, the Russians want the armed forces of Ukraine to continue to transfer all their main forces, including reserves, to the Kharkiv direction of the front. The fact is that all this will allow the Russian army to deliver a crushing blow to the weakened positions of the Ukrainian armed forces in other sections of the line of combat contact, and finally break through the enemy's front and gain operational space. As for the situation near the village of Lipsy, here Russian troops managed to take control of a suburban area north of this village. Moreover, the Russian army also managed to capture the private sector, 2 kilometers from the Traviansk reservoir. According to war correspondents, in the Lipsy area, the armed forces of Ukraine are desperately fighting, continuing to send their last reserves to this sector of the front. It is reported that the Russian military is actively using combat aviation in this direction of the front. In the last 24 hours alone, Russian warplanes have dropped more than 50 aerial bombs of the Fab family on the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine located in Lipsy. At the same time, the Russian military recognizes that Ukrainian soldiers fight very competently and professionally. According to them, the armed forces of Ukraine do not experience a shortage neither in FPV drones, nor in artillery shells. The Ukrainian army even uses combat aviation in the Kharkiv region, dropping guided aerial bombs on the positions of Russian troops. By the way, it was during one of these sorties that the most experienced and best Ukrainian pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Denis Vasilyuk, was destroyed. It is reported that he died during a dogfight in the Volchansk area. According to preliminary data, his Su-27 fighter jet was shot down by a Russian Su-35. Unfortunately for the Kiev regime, this experienced Ukrainian pilot did not have enough time to catapult. Meanwhile, on the night of May 21, Russia launched another massive missile strike on the territory of Ukraine. This time, the Odessa, Cherkasy, and Kharkiv regions were subjected to missile strikes. Even though representatives of the Ukrainian Air Force reiterated that Ukrainian air defense systems allegedly shot down all Russian missiles and kamikaze drones, numerous explosions were recorded in almost all the main cities of these regions. According to monitoring services and representatives of the Russian underground in Ukraine, Russian cruise and ballistic missiles, together with kamikaze drones, hit all the intended targets. So, in the Cherkasy region, in the city of Cherkasy itself, Russian missiles hit and destroyed 2 energy infrastructure facilities. In addition, in the western part of the city, Russian kamikaze drones also destroyed the enemy air defense system. In the Kharkiv region, Russian missiles hit and destroyed 3 classified military facilities, where tens of thousands of artillery shells were stored. In the city of Kharkiv itself, Russian ballistic missiles hit the place of the deployment of the personnel of the armed forces of Ukraine and the Ukrainian Army's reserves. As it turned out, the Ukrainian High Military Command kept these reserves in Kharkiv in case Russian troops stormed this city. In the Odessa region, in particular, in the port of the city of Chernomorsk, Russian missiles hit and destroyed a cargo ship. It is reported that in the hold of this ship, there were Western types of weapons, intended for the armed forces of Ukraine. In the vicinity of Odessa, Russian ballistic missiles together with kamikaze drones also hit and destroyed one of the buildings of a local cable factory. It is reported that a large base of foreign mercenaries was located in this building. They were mostly British citizens. According to preliminary data, as a result of this missile strike, more than 60 foreign mercenaries were killed.